I was at a job interview yesterday and I actually realized something that was pretty crazy that made me want to make this video. I walk in, I go ask to speak to the manager because I have an interview coming up and that's the person you go up to. They're super busy, nobody's in at the moment. Like the manager isn't able to do it. I'm there for about an hour. During that time, while I'm waiting, I'm sat there, I'm talking to the manager. I'm actually like being quite polite. I'm like, we're speaking back and forth. We're laughing a little bit. We're joking a little bit. Like things are actually kind of nice. I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get this job. This is going to be easy. We go through the interview and I'm like, great, that's done. I invite my girlfriend over because it's like a restaurant, fast food type thing. I invite my girlfriend over and I'm like, let's do breakfast. We do breakfast. She gets there. And as we're ordering, that same manager keeps looking at me funny. And I'm like, okay, hi. We walk up, we get into line, and I start ordering for the two of us. And I go over to her and I'm like, oh, do you want like the large fry or small fry or whatever? Because I had just said fries and we didn't clarify before. The manager looks and interrupts me and she's like, that's your girlfriend? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God. Her eyes are so beautiful. She says it loud for like the whole store to hear. My girlfriend's beat red. I'm laughing a little bit. And we're all laughing and kind of like me and her are in a little bit of shock about the situation. And I'm like, yeah, that must mean like I'm really funny, right? And then she starts laughing. The other manager in front of me starts laughing. She starts laughing. And then we go on, we have food, whatever. What that moment made me realize is that it's kind of true. Is that, yeah, if I wasn't funny, like, it would have been way harder for me to get this girl. How did I become funny? Well, I made lots of jokes. And if I made lots of jokes, I needed many opportunities to make those jokes. So I had to talk to a lot of people and hang out with a lot of people and go with various different types of humor types and make different types of jokes in different situations with different tones and connotations or whatever. And then I came to realize that a couple of years ago, I would have never been able to get this girl. Not because like she wouldn't have loved me if she got to meet me, but I wouldn't have had the chance to meet her. Because to be honest, not too long ago, when I would go up to people, I would want to bawl my eyes out because I would get so nervous and so stressed and so anxious just having to talk to them. And that makes no sense. When I would go up to order food, for example, sometimes my mom would make me or she wouldn't do it for me. I would genuinely like start shaking violently. And of course, the people would be nice. They'd look at me. They'd go, oh, okay, like, you want this? Do you want this or this? And I would answer. But I was like 13, 14 years old when this would happen. Like, I was old enough to order, if you know what I'm saying. I honestly hated it about myself. So something that I did was I decided for a year I would talk to between 10 and 30 people every single day for an entire year. I just want to ask you something. How many people do you think the average person talks to out of the course of a year, over the course of 10 years? I'll give you a second to answer. Really think about it. How long do you think it takes? Or how many people do you get to talk to in 10 years? It's only 5,000, which was crazy to me to look up that statistic. I keep moving my camera. It was absolutely insane to me. That means if I talk to between 10 and 30 people every single day, I talk to anywhere from 3,500 about to around 7,500. So about what people normally socialize in 10 years, I did in one. My promise to you, as I've went from wanting to cry, ordering food, to being considered like a big social butterfly who walks into new locations. Like I went to the gym the other day and I talked to 8 people, 9 people separately. Like it was pretty amazing what I've managed to accomplish. I think you can disagree, but I think it's pretty cool. What I'm going to be telling you in this video just fucking works. And I've broken this down so autistically, and I've done this so many times, and I've given so much social advice to people just because people come to me for this. And I really, really, really hope that I can help the younger version of me who couldn't speak to anybody, and I can help them start speaking to some people and get good at socializing. Because now that I'm on the other side of it, I've went through the entire range of going from like wanting to jump off a bridge versus like having to talk to somebody about what kind of fries I want, to I can go up to strangers and laugh with them and joke with them and whatever. I can tell you, this is so fucking awesome. And this is so cool. And I can promise there aren't many experiences, at least for me, that are better than this. That are with your boys, with your friends, even people that you don't really know that you just met recently, just cracking jokes, having a laugh, doing social things, having fun with one another. That is one of the most fun things you can do. And I want to give you the ability to unlock that. So I'm going to be giving you nuggets. And I think I have 5 total. The script is about 4 pages long. I have it on paper. So I really want you to know that I'm putting effort into this. Nugget number 1. First thing about socialization. It's a pure volume game. Let's do a sports example. If you're nervous to, let's say you're playing baseball, if you're nervous to swing the bat, I don't even know what it's called. If you're nervous to hit or batter up or whatever the fuck, I don't even know. If you're nervous to do that, what do you think you need to do in order to stop being nervous about it? Do you think the best batters in the world are nervous when they go up to the plate and start to swing? Maybe if the stakes are super high. But during a regular in-season game, do you think they're nervous? As someone who's been a really high-level athlete, I can tell you, no, they're not. They aren't nervous. And it's because they've done it over and over and over and over and over again. The first rule is volume is absolute king for socializing. Completely. What you can do is, like, to make this as actionable as possible for you, just at your school, at your work, go up to people, be like, hey, how's it going? Like, good morning. Simple. If conversations start, that's great. If you go, hey, good morning, how are you? Done. That's all that you need to do. And then it'll carry out from there. The thing is, you don't need to be good right now. You just need to do more and more and more and more and more. Because at some point, you're going to get better. Because humans are very social creatures. Socialization is one of those things you can get better by accident at. You ever see those super old guys who are just super friendly and always talk to people and whatever, and they're a little loud and obnoxious? That's because as you get older, you start to realize that that's the most freeing, authentic way to socialize. Like, being who it is that you truly are is one of the best ways to socialize. I'm not going to go too much into detail on it now because I'm going to give a summary at the end, and that point comes up later. But just be yourself is one of them. So literally what you do is, this is like your system as of now, and we're going to keep adding to it. But this is like with rule number 1 in mind. Just go up to people. Just say, hi, good morning. I like your shirt. Cool hair. Oh, dope, new Nikes. Whatever. When you're in the gym, be like, hey, looking big, bro. I can tell you, I did that shit. And I had that shit happen to me the other day because I just switched gyms. Best feeling. They'll probably say it back to you. If you go up to someone and you're like, hey, looking big, bro, and they're like, yeah, you too. Unless you're like fat and you're self-conscious about that. It'll be a good feeling. So you actually get positive reinforcement right there. Because usually when you compliment someone, they're happy about it. I can't think of a time where I've complimented someone and they've been upset at me. That's like my parents. Fucking women. Nugget number 2. This is going to sound strange, but touch people. There was a study called the Midas study, and essentially it was testing generosity from people. And half of the participants got some type of physical touch. So like there was a team of researchers who were like on the receiving end of the generosity. And how it worked was half of them would get touched, like shoulder tap, handshake, whatever. And then the other half didn't. It was just conversation. They followed the same script, like with what they would say. But what they did was completely different. What they did was tap on the shoulder, handshake, tap up, hug, whatever. That gave them a 20 to 60% likelihood of wanting to be generous over the people who didn't get touched. So shut the fuck up. Think about this. The people who got touched were 20 to 60% more generous than the people who didn't. They said the same words. They heard the same words. It was a large group of people, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, that half just happened to be more. No. It was enough people to where the sample size was big enough. The touch is what made the difference. What happens if you want to get like more scientific, what happens is when you touch someone, it releases oxytocin. It releases a little bit of dopamine. Even if somebody doesn't really like being touched, if it's simple, if it's just like a tap, the benefit to not benefit ratio. So let's say they don't like being touched and this is their range. So they're like, fuck, this guy touched me, like get away from me. The benefit, like the good part, like the good aspect of it usually is higher. So they'll like you more. People like you more if you touch them. Now, obviously, don't be fucking weird. Don't go for hugs for people that you don't know and don't like. Don't be weird. You'll learn if you're weird or not. People will tell you. I promise. Don't be weird. But touching people genuinely just makes them like you more, and that leads to more positive feedback, which leads to more friendships. So I'm assuming that's what you want, which leads to better relationships in the future, which gets you comfortable with the idea of touching people in physical contact or whatever. The thing is, people are so, especially guys, are so like physically starved. It's ridiculous. Like, hug your best friend, hug your girlfriend. Like, it's not that crazy to give someone a hug or to high five them or to handshake them or fist bump them or whatever. It's really not that bad. I promise. Like, most people don't even think about it. They'll go, "Oh, that guy was cool," and they'll think about you a bit later, but they'll just think, "I don't know why, but that guy seems so cool to me. That girl seems so cool to me. I can't picture why, but they were nice. I like them." And a big part of that is just a physical touch. So if we're going to operationalize this more, if we're going to get more tactical with how we're going to do this, so first step, just go up to someone and say like, "Hey, how's your morning going?" Second step, second nugget, go up to them, be like, "Hey, how's your morning going?" They'll be like, "Oh, good." They'll probably say something like, "Oh, it's good. How about you?" You'll be like, "Good, good, good." Hold your fist out and be like, "I hope you have a good morning." And then they fist bump you. And if they don't want to, then that's fine. But usually they will, because why would you say no to a fist bump to someone who's being nice? What twat does that? You don't want to be friends with them anyway. So nugget number 3, say and do. I need to emphasize this so hard to you. Say and do exactly what it is that you want to say and do. So many people that I see who go on like their self-improvement arc, because you see it in school a lot. I'm fresh out of school, so I can give these examples. See it in school a lot. They have the glow up, they get a new haircut, they start wearing a chain, maybe a watch, like nicer clothes, start hitting the gym, whatever. They'll act completely different from how they are, though. And the thing is, they don't actually want to wear that stuff. They don't actually want to do that stuff or say the stuff that they're saying. They just do it for validation's sake. And the thing is, wanting to look better, wanting to be better, wanting to get to the gym and up your social skills and whatever, that's not bad. But if it's not you and you don't care yet, then why? Like, if you're in enough pain to where you're like, okay, people, I feel like I don't have many friends. It makes me nervous when I go up to people. I don't want that. I don't like that about me. Maybe, potentially, fix it. But if you're like, "Oh, I'm just going to watch this video, and oh, this guy seems smart, like I'm going to listen to him, and I'm going to see if there's some stuff I can put into practice," like, that's cool. The idea is to give you nuggets. That's why they're called nuggets and not rules or tips or whatever. They're called nuggets specifically because I tell you 30 things, one of them's a gold nugget. That's the idea. The thing is, if you don't need this, then why are you here? So be really dead set. Is this something that I want and need? Or is this something that I'm just watching for entertainment? Because it's just something you're watching for entertainment. There's people far more entertaining than me. And my goal is just to help people. So if you're not here for that, then you don't have to leave, but try and come up with at least a reason that you're here. Be intentful with your time. Because one of the most disgusting things that you can do as a human is just waste your time. So back on that. The reason why you say and do what you want to do is because if you're acting like someone else, you're just wasting time. And you'll always hear the analogy online or this example of like, "Oh yeah, well, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you spend your time with successful people, then you're going to be successful. If you spend your time with social people, you're going to be social." Not really. Like, my best friend's a little racist, so it might have made me a little bit more racist. But apart from that, like, I act exactly how I want to act. If you just constantly ask yourself, do I want to be this, or do I want to be this, or somewhere in the middle, and you just keep striving towards who it is that you want to be, you don't really act like the people around you. You're all just different. You're all just different people. So get rid of that dumb idea of, oh, you're some of the 5 people. Shut the fuck up. Some of the 5 people I spend the most time. Shut the fuck up. Fucking faggot. Jew. If the people you know like the real you, then you never have to change. And when you do change, they like you for you, and they like the better version of you. And this is what I've always heard online, so maybe this is different. But I've always heard online people talk about self-improvement or getting better in general. They'll say that, yeah, there's this lonely chapter where you're not going to have friends and fucking, you're going to be in solitude and focusing on yourself. Yeah, that's cool. I've never really done that. And there's been times where I've asked like my girlfriend, or not really my friends because they're more automatic with it, but I've talked to my girlfriend and I've been like, hey, yo, I need like some more alone time during this period. Like I need time to think or whatever, because there's some stuff I want to figure out. But those thoughts always come back to her, and I'm able to talk because I'm to her about those things just because I'm purely authentic. And with my friends the same way, I'm able to give my opinions and say what I think, and they'll either call me dumb or smart, but they at least appreciate it. Just don't be someone that you don't want to be. Just make iterations of who you are and just keep forging and modifying and growing and grinding and whatever. And then eventually, a year from now, if you keep self-analyzing and you keep thinking, how can I get better? 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 How can I honor God with the way that I'm behaving? How can I show the world the beauty of his creations and the beauty that his followers can have? That's at least what helps me, or helped me when I was younger. How can I get better? Once you figure that out, then you're fine. So just make iterations. Be authentic. Be who you want. And how I define authenticity is literally just do what it is that you want to do. Because most people know what they want, at least to some degree. So just do it. Nugget number 4. This one's huge. So you walk up to someone. This is what you're doing so far. You walk up to someone, say, hey, good morning. How are you? They say, good. How are you? You say, good. Fist bump. You walked up to someone. You got a physical touch. And you said what you want to say. So maybe they said, oh, hey, how are you? And you're like, I'm a bit tired this morning, but I'm here. All good. Say what it is you want to say. Ask them a question. Be like, when they say good morning, be like, oh, yeah, good morning. Like, I just want to say your shirt looks awesome. Like, have a nice day. Whatever. Just volume. Some people, a very, very small percent of them, will be dickbags. And they'll be like, they'll ignore you, or they'll be rude to you, or they'll be mean to you, or whatever. If you're ignored, if they make fun of you, if it just feels super awkward and they're like, hi, good morning, then it's fine. The idea that I want you to have is, this is what I think about it. Nugget number 4. The mindset of, well, that just happened. Somebody's mean to you. Well, that just happened. Somebody said some dumb shit and you didn't really like it, or it was kind of poking fun at you and you just want to move on. Well, that happened. Over and over and over and over again. Nugget number 5. This is going to be like rapid fire. Some quick tips. Be warm to people. Be kind to people. Primarily give compliments. Just say good things. People don't like negative Nancy's. Just say good things. Even if, for example, because always be truthful with them. If they're like, hey, how's your day going? And you're having a shit day, be like, probably not the best day, but at least I'm here. Like, I'm doing fine. Whenever people ask me how my day's going, I always say, like, and this is always, I always say, absolutely fantastic. I'm not lying, because in that moment, somebody just asked me how my day's going. Now it's going absolutely fantastic. Just be a positive person. People like that. Thing 2, stay away from bad people. I've made the mistake quite a bit of, okay, I have all of these friends now. Like hundreds of friends, because I talk to everybody. I know all of their names. All of them know my name. I'm super popular. Everyone knows me. And obviously, if you have 100 people, some of them maybe aren't as nice. Some of them maybe have some bad habits that you don't want to take up. Stay away from them. Some of them are a bit hoish, will take you into lust and take you into sin, and some of them will take you into smoking or drugs or whatever and take you into sloth and just damaging yourself, don't hang out with them. If you have all the variety in the world and all of the places to choose from, then you don't have to choose something that's bad. And the thing is, you can still be nice to these people and friends with them. Just limit your time. And that's up to you with how much you want to limit that. Next thing, knowing lots of people does not mean you have friends. And I really want you to emphasize this. I know hundreds of people by name, maybe over 1,000, probably over 1,000. I know so many people. I maybe have one friend and my girlfriend. Well, 2, 3 friends, probably. That's 0.2% ish, if we're saying 2, of the people that I know are my friends. Be very careful with who you call friend. Because you can say, like, oh yeah, I'm friends with them to hundreds of people. But you don't have to actually internalize it. You don't have to actually be like, yeah, this person's like my boy. No. I have very few friends. And that's okay. I think the saying is, it takes 5 people to overrun a kingdom. I got 3. I can overrun your mom. And then the final thing, just have fun. Make it fun. Do some dumb shit. Be obnoxious. Be loud. Just whatever you want. Don't care what other people think. I really did hope this video helps. Subscribe to the Nuggets newsletter for free stuff. I just like writing, and I'll send some more tips and tricks, and some of these videos are just going to be in written format, which will help you understand them more if you do enjoy that kind of thing. Just so you know, I do plan on selling something in the future. Right now, I'm not. But when I do, the newsletter will be first thing, so you'll have bonus access to me and all this other bullshit. Those will be the first people to know about it, the newsletter folk. But otherwise, my name has been Brandon. Keep doing the best of doing your best. Trust God. Signing off. Skadoosk.